a journey to nowhere, taking it easy, taking it slow, no more worries, no need to hurry, nothing to carry. Let it all go, let it all go. We're all moving on a journey to nowhere, taking it easy, taking it slow, no more worries, no need to hurry, nothing to carry. Let it all go, let it all go. The mind is a clear blue sky. The mind is a clear blue sky. Clouds come, clouds go, but the mind is a clear blue sky. The mind is a clear blue sky. The mind is a clear blue sky. Breathing in, I go back to the island within myself. There are beautiful trees within the island. There are blue skies and water, there are birds, sunshine and fresh air. Breathing out, I feel safe. I enjoy going back to my island. Breathing in, I go back to the island within myself. There are beautiful trees within the island. There are blue skies and water, there are birds, sunshine and fresh air. Breathing out, I feel safe. I enjoy going back to my island. How about you? Do you enjoy going back to the island within yourself? With each breath a flower blooms. The mind can go in 1,000 directions, but on this lovely path I walk in peace. With each step a flower blooms. With each step my mind comes Beganze ma beganze Ranses amunga de zua de ada beganze beganze ma beganze Ranses amunga de zua de ada beganze ma beganze Ranses amunga de zua de ada beganze ma beganze Ranses amunga de zua de ada beganze ma beganze Ranses amunga de zua de ada beganze ma beganze Ranses amunga de zua. Bekanze, bekanze, mahabekanze, ranza samungate soha, teataum bekanze, bekanze, mahabekanze, ranza samungate soha, teataum bekanze, bekanze, mahabekanze, ranza samungate soha. Hold on, I can't hear anything, Shiva. I'm the king, I'm the champ, I'm the #1 in the streets. Come at me, you'll get that meat. Come at me, you'll hear that beat. I'm the #1 in the streets. I'm the #1 with the feet, with the meat, with the jeet, with the beat, with the rip, rap, tally, whack, give a dog a bone. You're made of glass and I'm made of stone. Watch out what you do in your glass house. Why you throwing stones in your glass house? You gonna get messed up in your glass house. They don't call me the Rick Ross of Buddhism for nothing. They don't call me the Don Corleone of Buddhism for nothing. I'm just a young man. I'm not a saint. I'm not a guru. I'm just a young man who's looking. I'm a young man. Wait a minute. I'm a young man that's got a dream. And that dream is for just one donation. One donation of $1 million. And if just 1 million people each gave me $1 each, guess how much that would be? $1 million. Can we raise $1 million in this live stream? What do you think, Richard? Can we raise $1 million in this live stream? How much do you want to donate, Super Kami Guru? I've got a Cash App, but it depends on how much you want to donate. I don't share my Cash App just out there for anybody. Where's my Cash App? Why you throwing stones at my glass house? I started in the mud, I'm the man now. I ain't flexing when I say I'm having cash now. Why you throwing stones at my glass house? I'll accept that, Super Kami. Let me get Cash App on here. The Cash App is Monk Life. The Cash App is Monk Life. Maybe it's Monk Life 93. Well, you got to post that. You got to post that for Leo. He's going to be impacted by that. Here we go. 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 Let's do this. Real talk, real time. Here we go. Let's go. Why you throwing stones at my glass house? Really started from the mud. I'm the man now. No, I ain't flexing when I say I'm having cash now. Couldn't do it better for a fan now. So why you throwing stones at my glass house? 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 What kind of nigga would I be if I flex on you? I really wanted to, I blow a check on you. A nigga like a bitch, I mean you bitch made. Ever had to share what your bitch paid? What kind of shit that is? You repping benefits? We're breaking the barriers. We're breaking the barriers, and we're doing our best to really make change. Sorry about that. I'm still a sensitive guy, so. No, that's what I was saying, Shiva. I said you post that video from yesterday, Leo's going to say, whoa, that's a full house. That's all those Discord people. Why am I not in there? Where's my attention? Where's my community? Because when he's doing his little fake podcast stuff, there's nobody there watching or listening. It's not that vibe, and he's got a hunger for that. He wants that. But he knows he can't create that. You can't just create that. You can't just make that happen. All those people. I'm going to put you on a podcast, Richard. I'm going to podcast my foot up your ass. I don't know what that was. Do you know what that was, Shiva? Does he pay to do that? Or he's been going to his yoga classes or something. It's a guy with a spiritual studio, right? Holden high. Maybe you can introduce yourself a little bit first, and then we'll go from there. Share with me a little bit where you're coming from, because I don't know where you're coming from necessarily. Did I get it, Super Kami? I don't know. Whoa! Great. We got a good donation. Thank you, Andrea and Com. Thank you guys. That means a lot. That's very, yeah, thank you. I remember back in 2018, And I had I had a 2017 brand new Toyota Camry, tinted windows, two 12-inch subwoofers in the back, a big box with two 12-inch subwoofers, and aftermarket speakers in the front. I didn't have a lot of money to, make it the way that I would have made it, but it was really sweet and very loud. And I would go around, I would drive around, and I'd play that song with those subwoofers, because that's a song that really, the impact is in the subwoofers. Skirt, skirt. So you can get pumped up on that kind of stuff, but it can be very dangerous as well. It's very sensitive. So you be careful about that stuff, because you get pulled into it, and you get an identity about that stuff. There's a lot of deep, dark energies in that you don't want to have an identity about. But we need to know how to receive that as well and experience that as well. We don't just hear something like that and then, how dare he play black people music? And that might not be consciously, you might not think that, but subtly, subconsciously, there's a reaction like that. So, I don't know what to tell you, Hold 'em High, but I was a Buddhist monk for 7 years, and I've got a lot of experience in spirituality, so, you do what you want to do with that. Here we go. Birds in the morning, of lovers sleeping tight. I wrote it fly like thunder now, as I look in your eyes. Oh, to be Andrea Bocelli, oh, to be in Italy. I load onto your body and feel the omen that you make. Oh, Lois's arm like thunder, and Lord, not forsake. You're my lady, I am your man. Whenever you reach for me, I'll do all that I can. Lost is how I'm feeling. I'm famous, baby, abundancy. Lying here alone, but the flight is more take. I'm with you. Maybe times far away, never forever I go, as I am always by your side. You're my lady, I am your man. Whenever you reach for me, I'll do all that I can. And I for something Sometimes I have to go by the power of love. Cause you're my lady and I'm your man. Never you reach for me. I'll do all that I can. Not for love. Andrea Bocelli, baby. It doesn't get better than that, everybody. We are back live with Dr. Rob Radio, 107.934127576543217213721378907.975. And we are glad to have you here. We are going and continuing with the beautiful words of Andrea Bocelli. The heart of India and Italy are with us here now. What a joy it is. Om Banzada Guru Bedmound City Om Banzada Guru Bedma City Om Banzada Guru Bedma City Om Banzada Guru Bedma City Om. Om Banzada Guru Bedma City 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 Om. Don't you have like $5, buddy? We'll take your song request, but don't you have like $5? Don't you have a couple bucks to put in a super chat, buddy? And I just don't know. I don't know if I can hit any of this stuff anymore. This is old tracks, you know. I fell in love and you said, fuck your mom. I looked at you, said, it's all over. I turned around and walked away and you just grabbed my arm. I looked at you and said, I can't stay sober. Come eat some chemicals with me. Come eat some chemicals. Come eat some chemicals with me. Come eat some chemicals. Madness Feeling scared, looking around and nobody there. When I say fuck the world, let's get ready to rock. As I piss on your face while you suckle my cock. Madness, no one cares. Looking around and nobody there. When I say fuck the world, let's get ready to rock. As I piss on your face while you suckle my cock. Oh baby, baby, won't you rape me? Won't you fantasize about the time when we were lovers? I tried to phone you, tried to warn you, but no compromise. I grabbed your ass under the cover. Come meet some chemicals with me. Come meet some chemicals. Come meet some chemicals with me. Come meet some chemicals. Madness. Feeling scared. Looking around and nobody there. When I say fuck the world, let's get ready to rock. As I piss on your face while you suckle my cock. Madness. No one cares. Looking around and nobody there. When I say fuck the world, let's get ready to rock. As I piss on your face while you suckle my cock. Bansara Guru Bedman City Om Ma Om 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 Bansara Guru Siddhi Om Ma Om Bansara Guru Bedma Siddhi Om Ma Om Bansara Guru Bedma Siddhi Om Ma Om Bansara Guru Bedma Siddhi Om So look, if you want to be a part of this community and you want to have something to say and you don't want me to spit in your face, then what's demanded is unconditional love. That's it. Otherwise, shut the fuck up. I don't care what you think. I don't care what you have to say. I'm not fucking interested in it. I don't want nothing to do with it. It's a relationship, okay? It's unconditional love or fuck off. And I hope you hold me to the same standard. But love can take many forms, right? So it's an exploration, unpacking. So have some respect. Have some respect and have some dignity. Have some respect and have some dignity. Are we allowed to say bad words? Who the fuck do you think you are, GDS? Who the fuck do you think you are? That's what I want to know first and foremost. Who do you think that you are? Your teacher's a fucking bum. Your teacher's a fucking dwelling. Your teacher's a fucking goblin. The masters that I've trained with, and studied with would fucking put your teacher to shame. And your teacher, where's your teacher? What's your teacher's name? What's your teacher's name? What's your teacher's name? What is your teacher's name? This is the pleasures of fame, baby. The pleasures of fame.
Destination, collectively, and then we can't get distracted between Dr. Rob and this fine gentleman here, making fun of each other or hurting each other. It's not the plan to say that. So can I also just hear my submissions? No. Right. So I just wanted to finish what I was saying. My teacher is Jesus Christ. He's the incarnate Logos. He taught all of humanity that what defiles us.
We're not doing Christian shit here. We don't do Christian shit here, buddy. This isn't a Christian server. This is a Hindu, Buddhist informed server, okay? So you can take your Jesus shit and you can wipe your ass with it. Start talking about some real shit, okay? Because I am Jesus. 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 I am God. I am Christ. I am Jesus. I am God. I am Christ. I am Jesus. I am God. I am Christ. I am Jesus. I am God. I am Christ. I am Jesus. I am God. I am Christ.
Seriously, this is embarrassing for you. This guy's red. He's literally red in the face, bro. That's you know what you're doing, bro. I think he does. That was foul, what he just said.
I am Jesus. I am the second coming of Christ. I am the second coming of Christ. I am the second coming of Christ. There is Kundalini goes. There is Kundalini goes.
Calls himself a doctor, bro. What? Nuanced. Is that your word of choice? Yes.
Thank you, Dreamtooth. $10 donation, baby. You just created a $10 donation, GDS. Your worship of Christ, your logos has put $10 in my pocket.
Why should I get it? Good for you.
Just let it go. Just move on, man. Just move on, man. Get back to what you were talking about. Get back to what you were talking about.
You keep begging on your YouTube videos. You keep begging. My Lord is sufficient and He's real. He's the incarnate Logos. Talking about but you even translate those mantras. What do they even mean for you? What do they mean? What what are the words defined as? Just introduce me to these factuals, please. I want to get into them. I just want to learn from you guys. I want to connect with you guys and bridge the gap of English vocabulary that you're using and the spiritual.
Okay, fuckwad. But you're gonna have to be willing to listen. You're going.
Your first language or something, because it isn't for mine.
You're going to have to be willing to listen. This isn't for you. This isn't your server. You're going to have to be willing to listen and give people time to speak. When you're just saying Jesus is God, Jesus is God, that's not a conversation. You're a guest. You're a new person. So you have to be willing to speak and talk about, bring up the specific topics that you want to talk about.
5,000 euros. If you can show me that clip right now, 5,000. You won't be able to do it. Do it. Right. Look at this guy. He's such a clown.
We love that. We love that stuff, buddy.
Anybody else want to say something? You're making a clown out of yourself.
GDS. GDS. Your ego is out of control, and this is just a mirror for that. That's what Steven was saying. Shut your fuck up and listen so that we can have a conversation. This isn't about you. So if you want to talk about something, you're going to have to calm down, and you're going to have to calm down and stop pretending to be God. We don't follow scripture here. We don't follow scripture here. We don't follow Jesus' scripture here. That's not what this place is, you fuck.
Scripture or not? You want to look into the prophecies? Which prophecies are your prophets? Let me just say something before you continue. So the difficult prophecies, right? The difficult knowledge. Actually, just what that does evidence. The difficulties.
Fuck this. I'm done with this fucking shit. Hello? Hello? GDS, this is a problem people have, right? So he was bringing up the active listening. You have to shut the fuck up enough for a conversation to take place. Do not interrupt another man when they're speaking calmly and directly as a self-respecting individual. This is not about you, right? This is not about you. Now your passion, all right, shut the fuck up. Your passion is very valuable. Your passion and your interest is very valuable, and you're an honored guest. But if you can't step back, if you can't share something, let's say for example that you're not a totally retarded, disassociated ego lunatic, which you are. But let's say that you're not, right? If you have an interesting topic to bring up, if you have an interest, well, those aren't psychological terms, those are spiritual terms. If you have something that you'd like to bring up and talk about, that's wonderful. But bring that, shut the fuck up. Shut up. You're an honored retard. You're an honored retarded guest, okay? You're making a fool of yourself. You're embarrassing yourself. Everybody in this room is looking at you, and you're showing a bad example of what Christianity is. This is not a teaching platform for you. No one here is interested in your teachings or your opinions. If you've done some practice, or you have something that interests you, you can bring that up and we can communicate about that. I'm really interested to what Stephen has to say. Stephen looks like a good-looking, wealthy man who might have some good donations and some good sharings and offerings to make here. Well, Brith, he's okay. He's a nice guy. This is not your platform, GDS. This is not your live stream. You are not on TikTok. You are not a Twitch streamer. You are not a Twitch streamer. No one here is following you. No one here is listening to you in that way. My point is, be quiet. My point is for you to be quiet enough so that a conversation can take place. You're just saying what I said. Okay, be quiet now. This is not your Twitch stream. This is not your Twitch stream. You are not on a panel, fuckhead, idiot, retard. You are not on a panel. You are not on a panel. Be quiet. Everything here doesn't redirect towards you. Everything here in this call doesn't redirect towards you. And of course, your passion and your interest is very valuable, but you have to be willing to step back as much as you step forward. Otherwise, your stepping forward is just you tripping over yourself, and everyone's kind of, walking together. So if you're just tripping over yourself again and again and again, there's no conversation that can take place. So just we're healing people like this. This is a healing circle for people who have this form of retardism. Well, we better let it go. We better let it go for everyone's sake. Shut the fuck up right now. Shut the fuck up right now. Shut the fuck up right now. You can also turn his volume down a little bit. That might help too. Just people individually, you can turn them down. You're schizophrenic, man. You're crazy. Brits, it could be possible to meet because, you know, Cambodia is very nearby where I am right now, but send me a message or we can have a call on WhatsApp or something and we can talk a little bit and this is entitled, it's a Tibetan music, Buddhist music, Calling the Guru from Afar. And my understanding about this energetically is that there's a certain kind of mental relationship we build up with our guru or our master. And we believe and we have a kind of faith that our guru can help us to alleviate our suffering very deeply. And so if we are lucky enough to be in a time of incredible strife and difficulty and, you know, kind of surrender, because there's nothing to do but surrender, actually we can call mentally the presence of the guru. We can call mentally our master, our teacher, to kind of be there with us in the mind and give us some inspiration, give us some hope, give us some heart. Christopher, if you like to donate some oud oil, I'd be happy to receive it and use it for meditation. That sounds great. You know, and we say, what's with the begging? What's with the donations? Well, you're looking at a beggar. You're looking at a professional beggar. So, you know, less of a beggar than I used to be, but more of an asshole than I used to be, or more of a human than I used to be. So Brits, you can contact on WhatsApp. Send a message on WhatsApp. +1 443 987 6521. +1 443 987 6521 on WhatsApp. There's nothing wrong with begging. Just like there's nothing wrong with watching and listening. There's something that has to be understood here, and I think it's, you know, of course there's subtleties in what Stephen was saying, and Stephen, I do have to say it's Dr. Rob, it's not Rob, but it's all right, I know you've got to, you're a successful man, so I understand that, but what I'm trying to say, right, is that there's some intention of holding space and creating space. And sometimes people are not, they're not interested in that intention. So it's like they go somewhere and all they want to do is yell and scream. And if that intention isn't kind of dense in a certain way, then the people who are more likely to be involved, because this person is never going to be involved in a meaningful way. because all that they want to do is yap about, they want to be the center of attention or something and talk about God or whatever. So, you center of attention is problematic because we all are the center of attention for our own experience. But it's just, there needs to be some leeway, as much for acceptance as cutting out. And that all considered is also the difficulty of being in a space like this. Because if we were all, let's say, for example, I know this is a weird idea, but it's also very realistic biologically for our minds right now. If we were all in a room together, if we were all in a community together, it's very realistic. I mean, not everybody's here poor and broke. I mean, if we wanted to have a gathering for a week or 2 weeks and do live streaming, it's easy to do that, Then someone like that who is in that environment, that's great. And that energy, Shiva, of holding the space and keeping it open and, pulling people off of being on the attack is 1000%. But in this kind of space, there's a fragility in being intimate together. And there's an easiness for someone to be here, but to not be bringing their sincerity or their heart or their depth to it. And it's tough to find that balance, but these people who just want to yell about God or whatever, if they're not willing to have a conversation, and it's all like everybody's trying to be a cowboy and put a hoop around their neck, like that's just never going to end. Like that guy that yapped for 50 minutes, that you posted the video of. I don't know who watched that. You're gonna have to show me the watch time hours on that, Shiva. But it's like oh my God. But it doesn't go anywhere. It never goes anywhere. And then in that situation, like they actually had me, or it could have been other people as well, muted. So even people who are part of the group and are there have now been artificially isolated from that environment so that person can have a clearer speaking position. And if the idea is just, if somebody's here, they deserve or have a right to have a speaking position, well, anybody's going to come here and talk about fixing cars or fucking talk about biology of ants or something. Are we going to put that out there too? The last thing was just that it's very, very difficult. It's very, very difficult to have this kind of deep conversation about Dharma. It's very difficult because we are aligned towards the moment that there's any conversation about something deep and simple and consistent, and even just two people having a conversation about a real interest, concerned with something and having experience. Maybe someone has experience and the other person just has an interest. That's great. And then you get to see that person's interest and that person's follow through, and then also the person who has experience and how their ego shows up, or how they answer this, how they answer that. But it's very difficult to create that kind of environment. So I hope that here, slowly more steps can happen where that environment does kind of happen. And that's what can really help people, by posting those videos and facilitating those conversations, I think. But it's just, but it's just like with the everyone tag. So I've done a lot of stuff on Discord. I've worked in a lot of Discord servers, a lot of communities. I've seen how they work. I've seen how things go down, right? So the everyone tag historically is you use that tag and everyone gets a notification. So some servers use that tag and they're constantly using it, and the server literally dies. Because in a very subtle way, there's a message being put out there that says this, when I'm tagging you, there's not a point of value, there's not a point of depth, there's not a point of meaning that's connected to that tag. So they desensitize or disassociate from the entire happening of what's in that server, right? Now, in the same way, if you are using that everyone tag regularly, but there's always a position or a point of value behind it, then that reaches people, that resonates with people in a certain way. So they know that there's a point of value there. What I'm trying to say is that because of the environment of this being a Discord server, the low degree of investment that people have to be here and also to leave, it means that it can really desensitize people to the space when people who are unknown, I mean, it's just like, what if someone was a car mechanic and they were here not yelling, but just consistently talking into the mic about car mechanicry? Is that something that we shouldn't censor, or do we have to say, you know, that's not on the topic of the cultivate? Because really, this is more of a practice of a cultivation of this space, so that people, you know, all these well-minded or less-minded, you know, I wish the best for these people, but if they're here, they're not doing that well in their lives, that they say, wait a minute, whether I like it or not, there's a point of value, there's a point of intimacy, there's a point of potency in what's going on here, and that's undeniable. And then slowly but surely, you know, more people come into that space, more people take refuge in it because they are looking for that potency, you know. And I'm just joking with everybody. We're all, you know, we're all suffering or enlightened or Buddha or whatever. Yeah, we're all Krishna and Rama. Well, it's just, I mean, it's a, because also I saw, I thought Shiva was kind of, I mean, I looked at the guy and I saw his whole thing and his shtick, and he's selling, fucking mandalas that he stuffed up his ass, and I said, nobody's listening to this guy. Nobody's, I guess there's some freaks that are hanging around, but he showed me his YouTube statistics when we met in person. And actually a lot of people are listening and watching. They really like Shiva, and they really believe, they trust, he's a trustworthy guy. He's a good guy, And the same way for what he did with the, like, inviting people to come and join. Like, I'm sure some people, maybe because they don't have experience with that, but like a sense of like a weirdness, or maybe there was like a lack of genuineness in him inviting people to like come to Bali, or like what that meant or what that was. But that was really full on, what he was saying and what he was trying to do. And I'm one of the people who actually went there and met him and spent some time with him. And of course, that whole situation like fell apart or whatever. But that's rich, man. That's deep. Someone that's really willing to show up and be available and say, hey, people who know me, people who know about me indefinitely, we're here in Bali, and come and practice and be a part of a spiritual community, and then see what happens. And I can tell you from spending time with Shiva that Shiva's a very good guy for seeing what happens and being open and being flexible. So I'm not trying to put a spoon in his ass, but it's a community. It's a vibrancy of community, and then how that helps us to support each other. Because a lot of people, I mean, bums like Shiva and Dr. Rob, thinking a lot about money. Who's going to pay our bills? Who's going to help us out with our groceries? But help, or like resources, or like helping each other, is not just related to money. So like spaces like this, when there is a consistency and when there is just a goodness or an open-heartedness to listen, even for people like what you're saying, Shiva, there's a really good principle behind that, at the deepest point about allowing and accessibility. This can really fucking help people. And the proof positive is in, Shiva's YouTube statistics, for example, because people don't go into this kind of stuff unless it helps them. Because it's not just pure entertainment, even though some people might think that it is. He's going through it. You see, Sky Guardian's going through a transformation these days, man. He's really, the demons are coming out, and his unconscious, subtle aggression and, like disrespect of people and all that stuff is coming out. Must be. His heart is definitely made up. If you can cut off outward clinging to objects, and inwardly forget this false sense of self, things themselves are the true self, and the true self itself is things. Things and true self are one suchness, opening through to infinity. If you are attached to perception, then this is a perception. It is not arriving at the truth. Those who arrive at truth transcend perception, but they manage to use perception without dwelling in perceptions. When you pass directly through perception and get free of it, it is all the fundamental truth. Take care, relax and enjoy. Your life is the meditation.